Okay, so you're ready to really level up your English listening skills,
Yeah,
specifically at that A1 beginner level.
right.
And I know you've seen it. There's like a ton of stuff out there.
Uh-huh.
But how do you know where to even start?
It's overwhelming.
That's what we're doing in this deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to cut through all that noise and pinpoint those podcasts
Hmm.
and those techniques that are really going to make a difference,
Right from the beginning.
help you understand spoken English.
Yeah. When you're just starting out, you're building that foundation.
Yeah.
You're getting to grips with all the basic sounds and
The
words.
building block.
Yeah, it's all about finding those resources that really meet you right where you are
Right.
and help you build that confidence.
Okay, so let's jump right in here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some great starting points, and they come up consistently in all of our sources.
Okay.
So first up,
Uh-huh.
BBC Learning English.
Oh, yeah.
They have this fantastic little show called The English We Speak.
I love that one.
What makes this one so useful?
I think what's really great about this one is that it focuses on everyday English, like
Yeah.
the informal stuff,
Okay.
the kind of phrases that native speakers actually use when they're just chatting with each other.
Oh.
You know, it's like getting a peek behind the textbook almost. So like understanding those common expressions,
Mhm.
even if they're not, super grammatically complex,
Right.
it's really key to actually following real conversations.
Right, because you might know the grammar,
You might.
but if you don't know how people actually talk,
Exactly.
you're not.
You'll be lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I'm seeing a lot in the sources for beginners
Yeah.
is ESL Pod.
ESL Pod, yeah.
Why is this one so effective?
So this one is specifically made for English language learners.
Okay.
And one of the biggest benefits for someone at that A1 level is that they speak slower.
Ah.
So it's a slower pace, which gives you extra time to process each word.
Mm.
You can really hear those individual sounds, and that's so important.
When you're just starting out.
Yeah, when you're just starting out.
Yeah.
And they also cover this huge variety of topics
Okay.
using pretty simple language.
That slower pace really seems to be a theme for beginners.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It really helps build that confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another one that we're seeing highlighted here is Learn English podcasts
Oh, yeah, those are good.
from the British Council.
Yeah, the British Council.
What makes these stand out?
I think these podcasts are really great because they're designed with structured learning in mind.
Okay.
Like they're directly targeting beginner levels.
Okay.
And a huge advantage they offer is that they include transcripts.
Oh, so you can read along.
Yeah, so as you're listening, you can actually read along.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so helpful because it connects what you're hearing to the written form.
Yeah.
And so it's reinforcing your understanding
Uh-huh.
and helping you recognize those words later on.
I could definitely see how that would really solidify things.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you want to keep up with the news, but you don't want to be overwhelmed,
Right, because
especially as a beginner.
especially at the beginner level, the
Yeah.
news can sound like a
It's like,
different language.
yeah, it's so fast.
Yeah.
And it uses so much vocabulary that,
Yeah, that you've never heard before.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what are some good options for that?
Well, luckily, there are some great options out there that actually adapt the news for learners.
Ah,
So one of them is Voice of America Learning English,
okay.
and they use simpler vocabulary, simpler sentence structures
Okay.
to report on current events.
So you can actually understand what's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Simple English News Daily. That's
Yeah.
another good one.
Okay.
And it does the same thing. It offers like a short daily update
Okay.
in easy to understand language.
So it's not going to take you an hour to listen.
No, it's very quick.
Yeah.
And Breaking News English.
This one's really cool because they actually provide news at different levels,
Oh, wow.
including some very basic ones
Okay.
that are perfect for A1 learners.
So you can stay informed and work on your English at the same time.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Now, what about podcasts that offer maybe a bit more variety
Yeah.
in terms of topics or episode length?
Yeah, for sure. So podcasts in English
Okay.
is a really good choice for this.
Okay.
They have shorter episodes
Okay.
on all sorts of different subjects.
Okay.
So it's not as daunting, you know.
Not as overwhelming.
No, not as overwhelming.
We'll kind of fit it into your day.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And Spotlight English is another one
Uh-huh.
that I think is worth checking out.
Okay.
They also have a slower pace.
Okay.
And they use simpler vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is they focus on these really interesting global topics,
Okay.
which can help keep you motivated.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can learn about different cultures.
Yeah. Current events.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, what if somebody wants more of a direct learning approach?
Oh, yeah. So if you want something more lesson-based,
Yeah.
English Class 101
Okay.
is a great option.
Okay.
They have a really structured format. They often include explanations of grammar, vocabulary, cultural tips,
Yeah.
all geared towards beginners.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, and the English Teacher John Show
Okay.
is another one that's specifically designed for English learners.
Okay.
And he uses really simple language to discuss all kinds of different topics
Okay.
in a very clear and structured way.
So it's like a classroom.
Yeah, it's kind of like a classroom setting.
Yeah, but you can do it on your own time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a really good range of podcasts here
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
that people can explore.
Tons of options.
Yeah, they cover everything from
Everyday phrases to
news to
structured lessons. I mean,
it's all here.
there's something for everyone.
But I have a feeling that just passively listening
Yeah.
isn't really going to cut it.
No, it's not enough.
So what are some of your top tips
Yeah.
for how to really learn from these resources?
So I think one of the most important things is to listen to episodes more than once.
Oh, okay.
So the first time you listen, just try to get the main idea.
Okay.
You know, don't worry about understanding every single word.
Yeah.
Just get the gist.
The gist.
And then the second time, or even the third time you listen, you can start to focus on specific words or phrases
I see.
that maybe you didn't catch the first time.
Okay.
And then another thing that I think is super helpful is taking notes.
Oh, taking notes.
Yeah, even if it's just like a few keywords,
Yeah.
it can really help solidify what you're hearing.
You just to like jot down the main points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if transcripts are available, use them.
Like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's such a good tool.
Yeah.
Because it really helps you connect those sounds with the written words.
Yeah.
And it just clarifies any confusion.
Okay.
So all of these active listening techniques are really crucial.
For actually building your comprehension.
Yes, for making that progress.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just to recap,
Yeah.
we've got this wealth of beginner-friendly podcasts out there.
A ton of them.
They're covering all sorts of stuff.
Everything.
Everyday phrases, simplified news,
Yeah.
structured lessons.
Yeah.
And the key is to really engage with the material.
Yeah.
You got to listen repeatedly, jot down those key words, and use those transcripts.
Whenever they're available.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly.
Try different podcasts.
Try different things and see what works for you.
See what works for you.
Because there's no one right way to learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're going to figure out what works best for you
Exactly.
along the way.
Have fun with it.
That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.